Michigan's draft class as a whole, because Jim Harbaugh has said that they think they can break the Georgia record.
Yeah, I think they would have a chance. I think some of those guys are going to go back. But yeah, it was nice just to beat Alabama, just so I didn't have to hear it from everyone down here living in enemy territory. But no, it's a great class that Jim and that staff put together and developed. I mean, a lot of those guys, really developed over their time. So, I just saw Roman Wilson in the hallway out there. I think Roman's going to have a huge week. He was on pace for a monster year that first half of the year before they kind of took the air out of the ball there at Michigan. But we got two of the offensive linemen, Keegan and Henderson. Those guys both had really good years. I thought Trevor played his best ball like the last month of the year. Clearly better than I've ever seen him play. Defensively, with Braden McGregor and Jalen Harrell, those guys, 3-4 outside linebacker types. So it'll be cool. Braden kicked inside in that Alabama game and had a couple sacks. So I know he's looking forward to getting some inside rush reps. The guy we lost after the championship game was Mikey Sanders-Stroh, so that would have been good. And then Michael Barrett had to pull last week. He had a kind of a injury deal that he didn't have all season. He had it while he was training. So that's the other part of it, guys. All these guys get done playing college football, and then they all start training for the combine, and it's a whole different set of muscles to be using and everything. So they, susceptible to pulls and whatnot. That's what happened with Michael Barrett. So excited. It'll be exciting to see some of those wing helmets down there. It'll be good. All right, thanks everyone. Thanks for coming.
Morning.
Bo, two questions. First, just as an Alabama guy, what is it like to be here and have this opportunity? It was over a year in the making. You could have been here a year ago, and to not only do it yourself, but to be working with your center again and be competing against two defenders, one of whom you said never shut up in practice back in Oregon. So what's this week going to look like for you?
Yeah, he won't show up this week either, I bet. But I think it's an honor and a privilege to be back in the home state. But more importantly, just because of the game and what it means to so many guys that have been playing it. It's an honor, and I'm excited to be on the team with Michael and Sam and compete with those guys this week. But we've already kind of formed friendships along the way, along our careers, and so we're just excited to have a week together and get to spend time and learn from one another and grow and also compete on the field. But I'm excited to play with Jackson. He's a great player. Helped us a lot this year at center, and then Tyree and those guys. I expect to have a friendly competition again with them this week. Go at it again one more time. But it's a great, I think, honor for so many guys from Oregon to be able to play. That's a lot of us, and I just think it's good for the university. It's good for us, and I'm just excited to play the game.
Well, Jim mentioned Daniel Jeremiah mock draft. This year he has you down to the New Orleans Saints first round. When you were growing up here in Alabama, did you have a favorite team? Were the Saints your team on the Gulf Coast? And maybe do you pay attention to that?
Well, that's a loaded question, but honestly, realistically in the South, most of the time we're fans of the college team. So Auburn was my team growing up, obviously, but I just enjoyed watching NFL players, quite frankly, and seeing where those guys went in drafts and then just kind of following along their careers. And I didn't necessarily have a favorite NFL team because we moved around so much and there were so many around the area. But it'd be nice to obviously be close to home, be in the draft, but if I'm drafted anywhere in the country, it's an honor. There's 32 places that can pick a player, and if you're one of those and you get to go to one of those franchises, then I think it's an honor and a privilege no matter where you get to spend your time. And after spending time in Oregon, me and my wife, Izzy, we probably live anywhere in the country and be fine.
Bo, to your left. You get to play in multiple offenses in college, Auburn, then Oregon. Playing in multiple offenses, how do you think that's helped you contributed to who you are as a quarterback heading to the professional level?
I think it's important, 5 offenses in 5 years, 5 different play callers. So I've been around the block. I've been able to learn from a lot of different people who've had a lot of different success. they've been able to coach a lot of great quarterbacks in the past and lead a lot of great offenses, all of them in their respectful ways. But I think just along the way, I learned and picked up a lot from each individual and grew during my time, and I've had a lot of experience to grow. And so, however that translates, next, I think it just show the adaptability and the comfortability that I have, being uncomfortable and having to learn new things. But I took it, as a fun challenge. I'm a football junkie, and so I just enjoy learning different plays and how you can name, the same play different ways. But it was always fun to me, and fast learner and just adapting. And I think just in the future, maybe one day when maybe if I get to coach someday in high school or something, I get to put all their offenses together and make my own.
Hello, Bo. In a traditional game, you plan for all 4 quarters, but in a game like this, you're only going to be in for a set amount of time. Does that change the way you prepare for the game? And do you have a specific time in the game you would like to play the most?
That's kind of out of my control, but I do think that you prepare like you're going to play the whole game, and then whenever you get the opportunity to go out there and pretend like you're in the rhythm, and just like it's any Saturday, you go out there and play, perform. But it's just all about being efficient at that point, and staying loose and staying warm, staying engaged throughout the game, and just enjoying the opportunity and the experience.
What are the things that you came to the Senior Bowl to prove? What do you feel like you want to show the scouts this week?
Not really anything besides the fact that I enjoy playing football. Not really anything to go out there and strap it up and go our offense versus any defense and just be efficient, play the game, and play quarterback. I think it's one of the most fun things in the world to go out there and be a quarterback of any offense. And I think that the opportunity just it's right there in front of us to just go out there and enjoy the week, learn a new system, be around different guys, throw to new receivers, and whatever they take from it, it's out of my control. But I do think that I'm just going to compete and just have a good time. And at the end of the day, just show the growth that I've had over college.
More questions?
I've gotten familiar with each other, watching each other on Saturday, so I'm excited to be around those guys and learn and pick up from the other quarterbacks. And at the end of the day, just compete against guys around the country that I haven't necessarily gotten to play in a normal football game. But it's good to see, my former teammates from Auburn down here and get to play with those guys again. And I feel like there's a lot of these, some guys even in the game that I've been able to play on Saturdays because I've spanned a few conferences. But I'm just excited to play with all of them. To be honest, I'm excited to see the guys and kind of be up close and personal with them and see, what I've seen on TV and what I've seen on film translate to real life. Thank you.
Power and the ability to get to the quarterback.
Oh, how you doing, Chris? But how does it feel to be in this moment, man? Because a lot of great players playing in this game, from Damian Thomas to Tim Tebow, a lot of great players. So how does it feel to have your name on that list?
It's definitely great. It's a blessing to be here. Great opportunity to go out there and compete with all the best guys and all these great conferences. And, just be able to go out there and compete with the best guys in the nation. It's the best of the best.
Chris, we've seen a lot of guys in recent years in the Senior Bowl elevate their draft stock just based off of what they do on game day. What's your mentality going into this week's game, trying to do the same for you?
I'm just going to go into this week and all the practices in the game and go out there and compete.
Quick question. A lot of people, you're going to be asked this a million times, like, what can you bring to a team? I want to know, what can a defensive coach, what can a head coach, what can a coach in general do to bring the best out of you every day?
Can you ask that one more time?
What can a coach or head coach, trainer, whatever it may be, do to bring the best out of you every day?
Just, coach me hard. I've been coached hard my whole entire life, so just good coaching and coaching me hard and holding me accountable and bring the best out of me.
Hey, question for you. If I went to your YouTube right now and it gave you suggested videos, who are the pass rushers and defensive linemen that would be the highlight clips would pop up for you? Because I'm wondering, when you have specific moves, not just players you like, but specific moves, are there any players that you've pulled to try to get specific things from, whether it's pass rushing or run technique?
You can look up a lot of guys from the league. I kind of approach that different. I take moves and try to implement moves from all of the guys in the league and try to put it in my own game.
Hey, Chris, right here in the middle, sir. Hey, hey, buddy, you have shock in your hands. When we watch you play, you definitely are a strong guy. Can you tell us a little bit about the tradition, the transition from being a stand-up guy versus hand in the dirt? Because you had to make a little bit of that transition and develop there as a pass rusher, standing up off the edge.
Yeah, it's not that big of a transition, but it's definitely a big transition. I mean, it's kind of the same keys or whatnot. Just got to come out of your hips a little bit more quicker.
How you doing, Chris? Being an edge rusher, there's a lot of people make sacks the end-all be-all. Bryce Huff from the Jets kind of shown that that's not really the case. What are the nuances in the position to you that the average fan might not know about?
It's, a lot of people think it's easy to get sacks, but it's hard. The whole defense got to be on the same page. You can get there and create pressure, but maybe if the DB is not covering or maybe it's a busted coverage, it could be from maybe going from a sack to an incomplete pass or just pressure. So the whole defense, everybody got to be in sync in order for you to get there and get to the quarterback.
Hi there, Chris. So I just wanted to ask you real quick, man. So comparing and like contrasting your game from like your freshman year until now, what do you think are some of the bigger things that you have improved upon, since you first showed up at Alabama, and what do you consider some of like your biggest strengths of your game now?
Transitioning from that, I feel like I've been able to play the run a little bit more better and work different pass rushing moves, be able to read tackles better. To make my game, I feel like I can long arm, speed of power really well. I like to throw the cross shot in there as well. So.
One more question.
Hey Chris, with the retiring of Nick Saban, obviously that's a big deal, and I'm sure he taught you so much. What are some of the things that you can say about him and what he's done to make you the person you are today?
Yeah, Coach Saban, he's a great coach. One thing that I learned from him is doing all of the right things when no one's looking. Everybody can do all of the right things when you have the cameras and everything on you. But behind closed doors, you want to still do those right things. So that's one of the biggest things I learned from him is just working hard even when no one's looking.
How you doing, Chris? I just got a quick question. What's in your playlist right now? What's some of your top songs before you go out on that field and you're about to destroy some people or go hard? What's some of the songs that you do to get you kind of crunked up?
I listen to a little bit of everything. So probably like the night before, might be like a little R&B, soft. Then probably the day of the game, that's when I kind of listen to a little bit more hard music just to get me up. But I mean, anything for real. I listen to a lot of stuff.
Are there any offensive linemen that you're really looking forward to matching up with today?
All of them. They're all great people, great humans, and they're all athletic, and I'm ready to go out there and compete.